Sunday against the LA Lakers as the Warriors will begin their 3-game road trip on Sunday. Of course, that road trip consists of the LA Lakers, Oklahoma City, and the Memphis Grizzlies. But they have business to handle tonight. They could go 5-0 on this 5-game homestand by beating the Pelicans for the first time this season. The Pelicans coming off a win against the Portland Trail Blazers. Brandon Ingram, he's back. He dropped 40 against the Blazers, who's not lighting up Portland. But, look, they got a lot of talent on that team. Trey Murphy, Herb Jones. We'll see when Zion gets back. We'll see if Valanciunas plays tonight. Jose Alvarado's a pesky guard. We'll see if he plays. They have Larry Nance Jr. It's a deep roster down in New Orleans, but they've disappointed with all the injuries. They recently lost 10 straight. Remember, at one point, they were in the top 3 in the West. Now they're in the play-in tournament, hanging out for dear life. So the Pelicans will come in desperate. They'll try to win this game. We'll see if the Warriors can win this one. As I'm believing, Shasky, everybody will be available on this back-to-back, including Klay Thompson.
Yeah, let's do this. I'm excited. I'm ready for this one. I want to keep the good, positive momentum and the mojo flowing. Let me ask you about last night. Was that the best win of the year thus far? Because, boy, the vibes felt like as good as I can think all year.
It was probably one of their more dominant wins, although they were down 11 at the half. We get all that. Down 11. They crawl back in that third quarter. The way they dominated the back-to-back second halves. Mm-hmm. Again, folks, you look at the last 2 third quarters for the Golden State Warriors. They've outscored their opponents, the Blazers and the Clippers, 81-33. 81-33. They outscored the Blazers 39-17 in the third quarter on Tuesday. Last night, 42-16.
Don't you feel like their best offense, because we talk, their offensive efficiency, is when they're actually getting stops because it propels the momentum in the transition game, and they get better looks in the open court.
In the transition game last night, they outscored the Clippers 19-4 in fast break points. Also the balance. They're understanding,
yes.
All right, let's not chuck it up. Second quarter, they're 0-10 from the three-point line. They say, you know what, let's take our game inside. Mm-hmm. Let's cut to the basket. Let's get some easy hoops. Let's get to the cup and lay it up a little bit. The balance is now, you're starting to find the balance offensively to where you're not going so three-point crazy, where you're attempting 63s. No, you scale it back down to 45. You scale it back down to 30 against Portland, and you get inside the paint.
JP's had a lot of steals in his career where he, jumps the passing lane.
Yep.
When I watched him pick Russ's pocket last night, I was like, that's what I want.
He was engaged defensively.
Right?
He was engaged.
That's what I'm looking for.
And they were running the zone. They were running the box and one. They were sacking off of Russell Westbrook.
Can we stop calling those junk defenses?
No, they're not. They're good defenses.
Yeah, but
because these teams don't practice enough to prepare for these defenses.
Call strategy.
So when you throw it out there at them, they're like, oh, snap, how do we attack the box and one? It's actually kind of sad that NBA players don't know what to do against a zone or a box and one. It's pretty remarkable.
Well, I mean, it is a little remarkable, but I think at the core of it, when you have no big man who wants to stand at the elbow and work as a passer, I think it slows down all these playbooks. I was talking, actually, just like hypothetically, as we zoom out, I was talking a Warriors huddle, and they were asking about the 3-ball. And I was like, if I was running the league right now, and this is just a hypothetical, and we can move off this quickly, I would try to do something to make it more valuable to bring big men back into the fold. Not saying that I'm eliminating the 3-ball, but what I'm saying is that I would like to have a little more balance. Yesterday, the Clippers took their big man off the floor. The Warriors didn't really have a big man on the floor.
No Zubac last night.
Right? And Plumlee, whatever. Right. But, my point being is that I would like to see them come back to at least giving some advantage, whether it's a point advantage, how we design the court. I'm not sure what the answer is.
Yeah, I mean,
just some more floor balance, B.
Well, big. It's just the way the game is. The game is so fast. The athletes are quicker, stronger, better than ever. And so when you do get a post up, guys are swarming these bigs at will.
It's a low percentage play.
Exactly. So, you still got bigs who are dominating the game. But I think the game has changed to the point where the old 90s, drop it into Patrick Ewing,
that's not,
dribble, drop step, dribble, drop step, that's probably gone.
No, but I'm looking at someone like Jokic, and he more resembles, and again, this is a loose resemble, he more resembles like a Brad Miller, Chris Webber type in terms of how he's going to get the ball and where he's going to get it. And I love those guys. Yesterday, I saw on the graphic on TNT, Jokic had his 100th career triple-double. Yep. I remember when Jason Kidd was doing triple-doubles, and it was
wow.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And then LeBron James did it. And then somewhere Willie Mays is going to say, well, if I knew 40-40 was a thing, I would have done it every year.
Right.
And I'm sure a lot of players are looking at like the triple-double now after Russ gets a lot of love for it and whatnot. But I still find that remarkable. And I love those kinds of players like Jokic. No, and so anyway, I would like to see some floor balance.
No, and they've had more balance, but you still get to the three-point line. You're a plus 15 from 3. So that's a good thing.
Agreed.
You get plus 15 from three, and more importantly, they got to the free throw line 27 times last night.
Yes.
That was the most underrated aspect of yesterday's game. Despite the whistle maybe going against them at times in that game last night against the Clippers, they get to the free throw line 23 and 27. JP gets there 12 times. And then you got Jonathan Kuminga. By the way, shameless shout-outs coming up in 22 minutes. We'll get to Rashad in just a second. Shameless shout-outs in 22 minutes here on the Morning Roast. Shout out whoever you want to shout out. Your store, your grocery store, your dog, your cat, your car.
I've got a special
whatever the hell you want to shout out. Shout them out 7:45 here on the Roast. Jonathan Kuminga. 19.7 rebounds. 7 to 12. Had a dynamic first quarter coming in scoring 7. And you could see he's not getting the calls because he's a young player.
Which I'm
it's fine. He still makes mistakes.
The refereeing yesterday. I could have reviewed 15 plays in a row.
They're terrible. The rest of them.
How about when Paul George collided with, was it Dre? I forget who it was.
With Jordan Poole.
Oh, Jordan Poole.
DiVincenzo. Whatever. The referees.
It was driving me crazy. I'm sorry.
They are who they are.
And then they didn't call another foul, and then they did a total makeup call on another one, which wasn't a foul.
Jonathan Kuminga. Oh, my gosh. This guy. And I asked Jamo Malalela yesterday at the Gatehouse. I said, is this going to be his coming out party in the postseason? And I think a lot of people feel like it is because of the way he can guard, Shasky. He's out there snuffing Kawhi Leonard.
I love it.
He's out there getting in Paul George's grill.
Rebounding.
He's rebounding. He's talking trash. That 10-foot pull-up, I love it.
Well, that's got that Kawhi feel to it where he goes hard a couple dribbles, stops, puts the shoulder slightly into you, and then leans back and just bang.
He's so strong.
It's so clean.
And his shot discernment. Yesterday, he does go 3 of 4 from the three-point line. The block shot, that was great. He hit the 3 last night, too, 3 of 4. Yeah. Kuminga was feeling it last night, so I'm liking where the Warriors are at right now. 888-957-9570. Has this 4-game winning streak been enough for you, Warrior fan, to say, you know what, we're back. We're back in title contention. Is this 4-game winning streak enough? Or do you need to see more moving forward? Do you need to see more from the Warriors to believe that they can go back-to-back or make a deep run into postseason? Because we're 19 games away, folks. It's coming.
Well, to use Gene's analogy, B, I've probably been one of those people that, I haven't been a believer, I haven't been a believer. And you've been over here at the top of the sermon selling your CDs and your mixtapes of, or just, you got to believe in Christ. And I have not believed in the Warriors as much as you have. But now, Reverend B, I'm telling you, I'm in the front row. I'm in the first pew. I'm getting up. I'm feeling the Holy Spirit. I'm a believer in the Golden State Warriors this morning. I actually think... I think they're the team coming out of the West now. Woo. If they play that brand of basketball that I've seen in the last couple of 3 quarters, where they have defensively locked teams up and then combine that with transition offense, that's old school Golden State Warrior basketball.
Yep.
Discernment, good passing, great defense, collective team will, the chemistry, the vibes, it's there.
888-957-9570. Are you with Shasky? Has this 4-game win streak been enough to convince you that the Warriors are all the way back? Curry's back next week, whether it's Sunday or Tuesday. Wiggins hopefully will be following after, and then GP2 by the time the playoffs roll around April 9th. Rashad and Hayward, how you feeling? Rashad, you're on the roast.
Hey, what's going on, Bonte and Shasky, my Sucker Free City partners?
Let's go.
How you guys doing?
Doing great.
Hey, I just want to throw one thing out there, man. That I appreciate about this run and what adjustments they made since the All-Star break is I love seeing the points in the paint, man. I love them using the paint, and they're not relying on the 3-point, and they're going to the hole and creating fouls. And what's that doing? It's putting other teams in foul trouble and getting us in the bonus, I think that's helping out a lot. And I also, what else it does is you see Draymond and you see Looney getting double-digit points now, too. And that's also last thing, I don't think we could do this right now without Dante and Looney, man.
No doubt.
Them boys are balling out, man. Them boys are balling out.
No, you're absolutely – you're spot on, Rashad. Good
Shout
call.
Shout out to 415.
Come on, Looney.
I love him.
I mean – it's become such a fan favorite.
Yeah.
You think about the bargain they signed him for last season. A lot of folks thought maybe he'll just move on. Where would this team be without Kevon Looney? He starts, comes off the bench, One game he'll play 12 minutes. One game he'll play 25. He finishes around the basket now more than ever. He had a nice dunk yesterday on the cut. Pass from Klay Thompson. We played the highlight earlier today. And his glass work. You talk about positioning, knowing details, knowing the scouting report. Yeah. He knows where to be at all times when it comes to rebounding, whether it's offensively or defensively. And Lou Dog, you just got to be proud of him. From where his career started to where he is now, he looks fresh. He loves playing every single game. Looney and DiVincenzo, quietly, you want to talk about the Lynn Eshmont Award or the Willie Mack Award? Yeah. Those two would be candidates for it as well.
The Al Addles Award. Do they have those awards?
They don't. They should, though.
Yeah. What if
the
we
Al
were to,
Addles Award.
If we were to create it, because to me, he's got the destroyer's attitude where he's just a silent assassin. He's going to go out there. He's going to grind
about the team
and work hard. Hell yeah. And DiVincenzo, man, I've said it from after he came back when he got sick. Remember when he got sick on the road?
Right.
And he just didn't look good early on. But really, since then, his whole ethos fits perfectly.
No doubt.
Everything that he's about, and I didn't think we would find a Livingston replacement. I keep coming back to, dude, he just gives me all the Livingston vibes that I'm looking for. Totally different players, but he just fits so perfectly. And what I love about him more than anything, clearly, his most important thing is winning.
Yeah, and so that's why it confuses me when I hear the rhetoric about, oh, man, he's so moving on. They can't afford him. They can't. Say goodbye to Dante now. Don't get used to him. Why not? What if Dante wants to make it work here? Like Looney did with this contract. I get all the contracts and the money and the luxury checks. Let Joe Lacob worry about that. All right? Because I guarantee you something. The Warriors go back-to-back. We're going to be telling everybody, hey, they need to run it back. And that means Draymond. That means Klay. That means Dante DiVincenzo. You have Gary Payton II signed for next season. You have Looney locked up. What? What if Dante wants to stay here? This system is perfect for him. It's perfect. He loves it here. He's got the vibe with Jordan Poole. He's got the vibe with this team. He's never shot the three ball better. Why would he want to move on?
That's a great point. I want him to stay. Who doesn't want him to stay? I'm with you. And all money isn't created equal.
It's not.
I mean, look around the league. Whatever the sport is, how many guys leave a championship contender to go get the bag that everyone says? And yeah, the money's a little more, but is the happiness there?
GP2 couldn't last 2 months in Portland. He got the bag and he said, damn, I need to get back to the Bay.
I mean,
I need to get back to the Bay Area, be with the Warriors. This is just different.
Yes.
GP2 couldn't last 2 months in Portland.
I mean, everybody can relate to their own work setting where you maybe make 10 grand more a year, and that's a lot for a family in these times. Like, yeah, you might make a little bit more a year, but are you happy? Is your commute, the same?
Right.
Are your hours terrible? Like QOL, as I call it, is the most, as you get older and you're Dante's age, quality of life is so important. Bonte, how many times do people come at you and they're like, are you going to go to ESPN? You get asked that a lot, don't you?
Not a lot, because I shut it down. It's like,
Why?
Because I don't want to go nowhere. I'm happy here.
That's my point.
It's my biggest,
That's my point. Now, we don't know what motivates Dante DiVincenzo, but it seems like to me, winning clearly matters to him.
It does.
And if you've been to Sacramento, which he was in Sacramento when they were losing, and now you come here, you get a taste of this. All money is not created equal.
It's not. I don't get why we're just so quick to say Dante's not going to be here. It's not possible. Let the salary cap gurus figure that out.
I'm prioritizing.
Yeah, I let them figure that out. The Warriors have proven and showed us during this dynastic run, if they want a player, they will keep that player. And they will get that player, including Kevin Durant, which they got in 2016. A couple texts I want to read here. Xfinity Mobile text line, 888-957-9570 is the number for the text line. And, of course, the hotline here on the Morning Roast, 510. They got to show me more, the Warriors, that is. Being a fan since 93 till infinity, it's been great hoop and bad hoop. They have a lot of work to do before I'm saying they are back. Okay, that's from the 510. Get more road wins to start holding teams to under 105 points a game, then it may start believing in the tooth fairy. All right, well, they hold the Clippers at 91 points, the lowest points the opponents have scored against the Golden State Warriors. They've rallied from 3 straight games in which they were down double digits.
I feel foolish having not believed, but just holding out this. I've kind of put them in the benefit of doubt category, the Clippers. I feel really dumb this morning because, watching them with a fine-tooth comb, and I know it's one game. Right. We've seen a couple games against them.
That was a big game.
It felt huge.
I was there a little early yesterday, earlier than I usually am. And you could see the TNT cameras. You could see the big dogs, the people that were talking before the game, making the rounds. That was a big game. Hell, Mark and Dibs Willard and Dibbs hyped it.
I've never heard them called Mark
Yeah,
and Dibbs.
I
was like,
Willard.
who are you talking
who
about?
I'm talking about a Mark.
Like, look at his face back there.
Talking about
like,
a Mark. No, I'm
and
talking
Dibbs?
about Willard.
What?
Willard and Dibbs.
Is that a new candy bar?
Maybe, yeah. Mark and Dibbs.
Mark.
Mark and Dibbs.
What's that from?
But they were hyping it. It's a big game. You heard it on the station all day long. Man, this is a big game, big game. But the Warriors could do this. And the Warriors went out there and smacked them. Smacked them in the second half.
I have one little tiny criticism.
What's that?
I don't like the court and the jerseys. Those ones. I loved the black ones last year. They popped. They were clean black with the yellow that really popped. I'm not in love, and I know it's about women's empowerment, and there's a lot that's wrapped into it. That doesn't mean that the design pops on TV and I like it. Am I being a bugaboo with that?
Yeah. I mean, I'm immune to it now. It is what it is.
I just don't love it.
It's different. It's definitely different.
I feel like they've overworn them too. That's just me. Again, just me.
I miss the blue Warrior uniforms. That says San Francisco.
Can we wear the city jerseys every now and then?
No,
How about the
nice.
Run TMC jerseys? Haven't seen enough of those.
Yeah, no, we haven't seen enough of those. 888-957-9570.
Am I a bad guy for saying that out loud?
No, you can say whatever you want to say.
I loved their city ones
Just
last
say
year.
it respectfully.
Yeah, say
Good call.
respectfully.
Did you see who was wearing a respectfully hat on the bench?
Who was?
One of the Morris brothers.
Oh, the Morris twins, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? He walked by me, he like tapped me. I didn't know what that was about.
Oh.
I didn't know what that was about.
Did you hear that? He walked by you and tapped
He walked by
you.
like tapped me. It was like, because he's a goon. I don't mess with the Morris brothers. The Morris twins. They're about that life.
Yeah, I know. There was a story that they told where they fought all of the Kansas football team.
I know.
Over a girl.
And it looks like they held their own against the Kansas football team. Nobody from the Kansas football team is alive.
So if the Bennett brothers fight the Morris twins, who wins?
The who brothers?
The Bennett brothers.
I like the Morris twins, man.
How about the Jokic's?
Well, the Jokic's kind of
in their Puma suits,
they actually
smoking Marlboro
Reds.
made
the Morris twins cry because they were like,
Yes.
"We will be in Miami and we'll sit behind the pitch."
I
follow
their
what?
Twitter account.
And the Jokic brothers they don't really tweet much.
No, but when they do, it
But
hits.
when they tweeted, they said, "Hey, we're coming for you, Morris twin."
And they don't put it on their main timeline. They at the person, so it only goes directly to them, and yet somehow the internet finds out.
Yeah, no, the Jokic twins, and they were confirmed to be the Jokic twins Twitter account.